I've been studying the real estate market since the Great Recession, so 2008, and I remember finding a sticky note in my drawer in my bedroom that said 2009, 50% distressed sales, average price was like 129,000 and it was interesting to see the market now. It's in it then, and it's still interesting to look at the market. This is for Boise, Idaho resale. I like to look at resale because when we look at new construction, sometimes there's some skewed data because a whole subdivision got listed or taken off the market. So we see more consistency in trends when we look at resale market. And I'm going to report to you what's happening here in Ada County, Boise, Idaho. And if you ever have any questions, just text me 208-869-2444. Happy to talk about your specific situation. So overall, prices are holding really steady here in Ada County resale. They're not going up or down, maybe up a teeny tiny bit this year after going down a teeny tiny bit last year. Inventory is up slightly year over year, so there's a little bit more choices for buyers, but it's still generally a seller's market in most price categories. Homes are selling fairly quickly. The average days on market's 35, but it was shorter, so it feels long for those home sellers that are like, why isn't someone buying my house in the first weekend? They still sometimes sell with multiple offers, but we're seeing a lot less multiple offers in this normal, steady seller's market. The market does feel more balanced in that the incredible appreciation of pretty much we've been appreciating since 2010 to now. So it's a little bit more steady. So I'm going to share the charts and graphs for you all. So here's where I can tell you we do have more listings for sale. So that's good for buyers. $1,299 versus $1,105 same month last year. So August over August. $618 is our price. We're up 1.4% this year. Oh, and I'm sorry, we went down 2 years ago by about 3%, then up by about 3%, and now we're up another 1.5. We're at 2.6 months inventory. That means if no new homes come in the market today, there's no houses for sale in 2.6 months. And that's a seller's market. But compared to a few years ago, it was lower. Even last year, I just looked. Last year was in the middle of summer was 2.5 months of inventory, and we started the year 1.2. So I always say spring starts in January, you guys. Winter is not a bad time to sell. It was actually better to sell this last winter than right today, but this is still a really good time to sell. Be careful if you're in that over 2 million mark, you are in a buyer's market. In 1.5 to 2 million, you're in a balanced, pretty much a buyer's market. And then it's like a solid seller's market under 1.5. And then even better as you go lower, of course, because that just creates a little bit more affordability. Interest rates have gone down, so we've seen a little bit more lockbox opens, I think, because of that, creating a little bit of affordability. Seeing some sellers offer some credits because there's a little bit softer market so that buyers can afford the house. Affordability is our biggest issue that we're seeing when I'm looking at all this, because $618 is a lot. That's like a big price for a little Boise, Idaho. And so how do we make that affordable? There is a chance that interest rates could go down again not points, sorry, don't erase. They could go down a little bit. We'll have to see. It's based on the biggest number that the feds are looking at right now is jobs. So if the job reports come back worse and continue to get worse, then we will likely continue to see interest rates go down so they can very carefully balance out that economy and affordability level. But again, the market is very dependent on the area of town. So if you're in a historic area of town, or if you're in a more affordable new construction area of town, your market is very micro. And I actually have these charts and graphs in every area of Ada County and Canyon County. So if you have questions about it, I want to hear it and I want to help you and talk about your specific situation. I always say that buying a house is good to do as long as you can afford it and you can own it for a long time. And selling, if you can keep it as a rental and it cash flows, I love that, or sell it to unlock all that amazing equity that you have. Like if you've owned your house for a while, you have some major, major wealth inside your house. Then to transfer it to a better location or a bigger house or a smaller house, always a good move too, but it's very personal and I'd love to chat with you about it. Thanks for listening. Let me know what questions you have, and I hope you all have a great day.